So what are we going to study? Today we are going to study about types of fractions. Okay. So here different types are there. You may be knowing. So let us take the examples and understand. So there are cakes, right? Different cakes are there, and these cakes are shared among four friends. How many friends? Four friends. Okay. So there are four friends. They are sharing these cakes. Means everyone will get same part, right? Four friends. So we need to find their share. That is the cake share. How much they get, right? So here one cake is there. This one cake is shared by how many students? That is the friends, four friends, right? So it is shared by four friends. So that is one cake is shared by four friends means one divided by four. We know this is how we write it, right? Now if you take two cakes, so everyone will get here. So in the one cake, everyone will get one part, right? One, two, three part. That is four part one piece, that is in four pieces one piece, so 1 by 4. Next there are how many cakes here? Two cakes. So two cakes if you divide into four friends, we know we can divide in half. So 1 2 and 3 4 pieces, half if you divide, everyone will get half of piece, right? So that is how you have to divide here. That is we can divide 2 ones are 2 twos are, right? 1 by 2 half here. Okay. So next here there are four cakes, right? So here there are four cakes, so everyone will get one cake. That is we know 4 by 4. So 4 ones are 4, that is one cake they will get, right? And next is, if you see here there are five cakes here, right? So how many cakes? Five cakes. So five cakes in four friends, we are dividing into four friends. We know one cake for each one, right? One cake for each one. And after that, this one cake we divide it into four parts and they will get one piece, right? Yes. So four friends will get one piece, that is one full cake and one piece in four pieces, that is 1 and 1 by 4. So you see here is they are sharing. So how many each one is getting? In the first one, that is one piece in four pieces, and here if you see half cake, right? And here if you see one full cake they are getting, and here if you see they are getting one full cake and 1 by 4, that we say it as 1 and 1 by 4, or one whole 1 by 4. So one full cake, and in the remaining cake one piece, right? In the four pieces one piece. So that is what is dividing into four friends, right? So here if you see what is happening here, let us compare them. That is the relation. So let us take the denominator and numerator. So let me take first numerator and the denominator. So we know this is numerator, this is denominator. Right? So if you see in first two, what is there? Numerator is bigger. Numerator is smaller. Right? Here is also numerator is smaller than 4. The denominator, right? So here numerator is smaller than denominator. Here also numerator is smaller than denominator. That is here 2 is the denominator and 1 is the numerator. So 1 is smaller, that is numerator is smaller. Here if you see numerator is equals to denominator. So 4 by 4 here, right? So if I write it once again, you will understand. Okay. So here 4 by 4 is there. 4 by 4, 4 ones are 4, 1 full cake, right? So here numerator is equals to denominator. Here what about this? Here if you see 5 is what? Bigger. So that is numerator is bigger than denominator. That is numerator is greater than denominator. So we differentiate, right? So we are sometimes we are getting smaller, we are getting sometimes equal, sometimes we are getting more, right? So that is what we differentiate them as proper fraction and improper fraction. So proper fraction means if the numerator is smaller, the number above is smaller, on the top is smaller, so that is what? Proper. Here also it is proper because it is smaller, so 1 is smaller than 2, so it is proper. Now here it is equal. Equal means it is improper. So all the numbers, whole numbers, integers are what? Improper fraction. Okay. So equal means it will be improper. And if it is greater, the numerator is greater, 5 is bigger than 4, right? Greater than 4. So this also is what? Improper fraction. So this is how we differentiate different. So here if you see 5 is bigger than 4. So we wrote in 1 and 1 by 4 or 1 whole 1 by 4. So this 1 is the full cake, 1 integer, right? So this we say it as mixed. So here it has a integer and a fraction, that is what? Proper fraction. So it is said as mixed fraction. Understood? Okay, so this is what is different fractions. Okay, so that is proper means numerator is lesser than the denominator. So, and if you take the examples here, what will be the example here? 5, it should be greater now, the denominator should be bigger, so that is 8 you can write, right? So if you write 5, the denominator you have to write it bigger, that is the greater. So next it can be, if you take 11, the number is greater than 11 can be 20 or anything, right? These are what? Proper fractions. So improper fractions are what? The number. So if you take 5 here, it should be smaller. That is, the denominator should be smaller. That is, the numerator should be greater. So smaller than 5 will be 2. You can write 5 by 2 or anything, right? So here if you take 11, lesser than 11 will be 4, 5 by 4 or 5 by, that is, you can take 11 by 4 or 11 by 6 or anything, right? These are what? Improper fraction. What about proper mixed fraction? There will be one proper fraction with whole number, right? So it can be integers also, in minus also, right? So it can be integer also, right? So here what we can say, it has 5 by 5 and 3 by how much? 4. So it should be improper, that is, sorry, it should be proper fraction, that is the numerator should be smaller here. Okay, when you write it in the mixed fraction 5 and 3 by 4, we can also read it as 5 whole 3 by 4, right? So it is same thing. So here next let me write 7 and 4 by how much? It should be now proper, that is greater number. So 5 we can write, or any number greater than 4, right? So 7 and 4 by 5 will be the mixed fraction example. Yes. So here we have written only in the positive, so it can be in the negative also, right? Doesn't matter. So here if you take 5 minus 5, so minus 5 by 8, right? Minus 5 by 8, so it is in negative, so it can be also in negative, right? This also can be in negative, right? Minus 11 by 2, right? Minus 11 by 2. And in the mixed fraction, what will be the example here? Minus 3 by minus 3 and 2 by 3, right? So this can be the example of mixed fraction, right? So this is what is the negative also. Okay, so just remember that, not only positive. So we are going to study now conversion of improper to mixed, right? So we may have seen, you may have seen here, right? So here it was improper fraction 5 by 4. How did we write 1 and 1 by 4? Yes, the same thing. Okay, so let me show with the example now. Okay, so here 11 by 5 is there, right? 11 by 5. So if you divide by 5, 5 twos 10. So 10, if you remove 1 will be remaining. So here how we have to write is 2 and 1 by 5 will be the mixed fraction here, right? So the remainder we have to write on the numerator, all right? So on the top, that is the numerator. Yes, so this is how we write it in the mixed fraction. I will take one more example here. So if you take, that is 13 by 3. 13 by 3 means if you divide with 3, 3 fourths is how much? 12. 3 fours are 12. If you remove 12, 1 will be remaining, so 1 here. So it is 4 whole 1 upon 3. 1 is the remainder. You have to write it here, right? So this is how we have to write the improper fraction to. So here 7 by 7 is also what? We can write it in mixed fraction. That is, if you 7 ones are 7, if you divide, you will get 1. This is the integer, right? So if this is an integer, means it is mixed fraction. So any number you can take, that is, let me take one more example. So here, this is the first two examples, second one, third one, and the fourth example. Okay. So fourth example, let me take 15 by 5. So 15 by 5 means 5, how many is 15? 5 3 is a 15. So here answer will be 3. So 3 is the integer, right? So let me take an example in minus. Here minus 28 by how much? 2. So divide minus 28 by 2 means 2 ones are 2, 2 fours are 8. That is minus 14 will be the answer, right? So this is also an integer. So it is a mixed fraction only, right? So integer with a what? Proper fraction. So proper fraction remainder is 0 here. Nothing is remaining. 0 by, if you take 2, it will be 0 only. Right? That is, the answer will be minus 14. Understood? Okay. So this is how you have to write it here. One more thing you have to remember here. 2 and 1 by 5 it is. 2 and 1 by 5, 2 whole 1 by 5 means it is 2 cakes plus 1 by 5. That is, in 5 pieces, 1 piece is given. 2 cakes and 1 by 5. 2 plus 1 by 5. Here, if it is 4 and 1 by 3, 4 full cakes and 1 by 3. That is, in 3 pieces, 1 piece, right? So, in 3 pieces, 1 piece is given. So, 4 plus 1 by 5 here. Understood? So, this is the meaning of 4 and 1 by 3. Okay? So, here what we are going to study now, conversion of mixed to improper. So mixed to improper, what we have to do here is, there is an improper fraction, right? So just multiply. Okay, here let me write it in bigger. So 5 into 2 we have to do here, multiply, and next we have to add here, right? So what is there? 5 twos are, then plus 4 divided by, as it is, the denominator as it is. So 5 twos are 10, 10 plus 4 will be how much? Yes, 14 divided by 5 will be the answer here, right? Just multiply and add it here. Okay, let me take one more example. So the second one, so here 5 and 3 by 8 is there. So what we have to do here, 8 and 5 we have to multiply, and 5 and 3 we have to add with the answer, right? 3 we have to add. So 8 into 5 plus 3 divided by how much? That is 8. 8 as it is. So 8 5s are 40. 40 plus 3, 43 by 8 will be the answer, right? So this is how we have to do.